buckle up, rev your engines, because the Paddock Porch today we are hosting our very first guest. Whoop whoop! Let's give a warm welcome to the ultimate F1 fangirl, Verstappen's #1 supporter, Orange Army's finest, Miss Rumbi. Rumbi, welcome to the
Hi
Paddock Porch.
guys, thank you for having me.
At the Paddock Porch, it's bring your own everything. I hope you have a comfortable chair. I hope you have something to sip on. And I hope you're ready for a great time.
I really am. I can't wait to get into this. I'm happy to be back in the space.
Yeah, welcome. I see you with a big smile. I know why, but my viewers need to know why.
Okay, it's been a long time coming, long awaited, but well deserved. As of today, Verstappen won Monza, basically the Italian Grand Prix. Over the moon, secured pole yesterday, secured a new race record, secured the fastest lap in F1 history. And I also just heard it was also the fastest race in F1 history. Just a great day to be a Red Bull fan, great day to be a Max Verstappen fan.
And I need to tell the crew this. So, crew, Rumbi used to be my race day rival, nemesis, back in the day when we had the best F1 rivalry of all time, Lewis versus Max. And I want to tell people, you know, the media, everyone is saying that Drive to Survive is what made F1 popular. It was not Drive to Survive, it was these two drivers. Have you watched Drive to Survive?
I did, but I think I had already been probably 2 years into watching on my own.
Exactly. So it wasn't really Drive to Survive. I've never watched it. So they need to correct history. They need to correct the media. It is these two drivers that made F1 popular, especially in these sides of the world, because
Yeah.
when we were viewing, you would see it's either Max supporters or Lewis supporters most of the time. So
And there's a lot of newcomers these days. We always love a bigger community. We're such a big
yes.
fan of it. But we must always get our facts right. You know, it's such a big sport and it's amazing. We're happy for the growth. The bigger, the better. But people must remember where this started.
We saw Max laugh at the McLarens. You saw the race, right? Max was laughing at the McLarens because of the swap. What's your view on that swap?
I think Max said something that we were all thinking just watching that. I could not believe that. I mean, absolute nonsense. To be honest, I feel like a pit stop, it's human error. You know, it's part of the race. That's the whole point
Yeah.
of it. But to have to kind of just like make Oscar pay for that, and it's kind of just like, no, you're returning the favor or type situation. Yes, Lando was the better driver this weekend in terms of qualifying, in terms of pace. It was evident. But that human error that occurred, if this was like the last race at the end of the season, were we going to enforce these rules?
Yeah.
If this was a championship decider, it wouldn't stand this way. And just because a pit stop was delayed, I mean, that's no man. Honestly, I agree with Max. It's ridiculous, but also it's none of our business. We're not papaya.
Of course, you agree with Max. For me, I'll agree with the team. And the reason is before they decided Piastri goes to pit before Lando, they discussed with Lando, and Lando was like, will it be an undercut? They assured him it will not be an undercut because Lando wanted to go first. So I agree with McLaren team on this one for the team spirit. Lando was supposed to pit first before Piastri.
Oh.
So in my mind, I'm thinking probably it would have been actually Piastri who had the bad pit stop. But anyway, as GP was telling Max, that's none of our business. What do you think about this championship fight between the two McLaren drivers?
For me, it seems quite clear cut. I know right now it still seems some type of way, but I've always, even since last year, I've kind of felt this way. I do believe the superior McLaren driver is Oscar Piastri. And for the mere fact that he's had less time in this car, I think Oscar got his first McLaren win before Lando did. I feel like also the mentality, one thing I love about Oscar, such a cool, collected guy. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. I think Nico Rosberg even mentioned it earlier. You are dealing with this guy before a race and you're talking to him, you're asking him how he's feeling, you're asking him, hey, you know, you can't DNF today, there's 30 points between. He doesn't care. It's like, I'm here to do my part, I'm going to do my job, radio messages, I never loud, he's never shouting. He just does everything. And I think also out of like the two of them, if there's someone who takes the papaya roles a bit better, it'll always be Oscar. You know, he didn't fight it, he didn't complain or anything, he just did. Naturally appears to be the better team player. I feel like Oscar, because of the mentality, I feel like he's already a champion in his head. He just needs to follow through.
Yeah, but it would be really sad for Lando not to get it fast. He's been with McLaren for the longest time. We wait and see who will win this. Of course, it will be either of the McLaren drivers. So the only thing we need to wait and see is who will it be. The best man will win, of course. We are going to do the Quickfire Italian Grand Prix edition. It's quite simple. 10 questions. You give short answers completely based out of the Italian Grand Prix we've just watched. And right to business. Lights out. Let's go. Question 1. Driver of the day.
Max, without a doubt.
Question 2. Best overtake.
I was going to give it to Max Orlando in lap 4 to get that first place back.
Question 3. Rookie of the race.
I'm going to give it to Hajjaj. Yeah, he started in the pit lane. I think it was a good recovery drive.
Question 4. Top 3 teams in the constructors after the Italian Grand Prix.
McLaren, obviously, they're definitely going to take the extra title on Baku, but very obvious. Other than that, they've always been that good. The fact that the drivers are always together up there always counts for something. Ferrari, it was such a good recovery for Lewis. I mean, starting 10th, finishing 6th.
Yeah.
Still feel like in that moment it was still good. And Charles maintained the position he started in. And I know we would have wanted more, but looking at what's going on in the front, there was no space. I was going to say Mercedes. Even, George was also within there, 5th place.
Yeah.
And Kimi did start within the points. I'm not sure if he then lost that because of the penalty. But yeah.
Yeah, top 3, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes. 5. Which team scooped the most points? The answer is right there.
Well, they didn't win it, but it's what you take home. But
Yeah.
McLaren.
McLaren. Question 6. Biggest heartbreak.
You know what? I want to say Hulkenberg because he didn't even start the race.
Yeah. Question 7. Craziest team radio.
Papaya takes it again with Papaya rules. I still think it was absurd. Oscar being told to give the place back to Lando.
Question 8. Biggest chaos.
German and Carlos Sainz. Yeah, that one was.
That guy is unlucky, man. 2 races in a row, he's caught up in an incident. Question 9. Who bottled it?
Lando for being given back the leads just to not maintain it and just losing it after that. I feel like, he could have had that.
He seemed upset after the race.
I feel like we've all come to the point where I think he's just one of those emotional drivers. Some people are better at composing themselves. Lando's not one of those people that, hey, emotions are high.
Question 10. One word for the Italian Grand Prix.
No, we're going to hyphenate it. It's a Maximilian Verstappen Masterclass.
This guy, you just give him clean air, he will win a race. He doesn't even need a good car.
Last week I was like, okay, second was nice, but it's still not the top step. We all ache and yearn for the top step, but he came through today and just brilliant, man. Big ups to the team, big ups to Nats for showing up like that. And just a great race.
That's it for the Quickfire Italian Grand Prix edition. If you have different answers, responses, write them in the comment. So I can't let you go, Rumbi. I have hot takes, like 5 hot takes. I know it's a curveball, but you know what they say in South Africa? You stay ready. It's quite simple. You agree or disagree to the hot take. And you can give a short explanation why, but you don't have to. And for the second time on the porch today, lights out, let's go. Hot take number 1. Formula One CEO thinks race length may be turning away young fans.
Disagree. Strongly disagree.
You want to add something to that?
I mean, people watch golf on TV. I don't think 2 hours of great motorsport is a problem.
Thank you. Same thought. Hot take number 2. Monaco is iconic. That's why it has secured an extension on the F1 calendar up to 2035.
Disagree. I saw comments. Someone called it 70 formation laps. That's what Monaco Grand Prix is.
Yeah, people say it's overrated. So I don't know.
Drivers think so. We think so. I feel like it should be a clear-cut decision. But hey, money talks.
Yeah, but we'll watch it either way. If they remove it,
either way, we will watch.
We'll still watch, so that doesn't wash away anything. Take number 3. Cadillac will perform exceptionally well in its first year in Formula One. That is, they'll join 2026.
I want to say agree. Just for the mere fact, you know what? I'm rooting for the most amazing Checo comeback. Valtteri is in the lineup too. I love both of those drivers. I think there were people who were just not given their time in the sport, and I can't wait to see them back on my screen, on track. They're amazing drivers with amazing experience. They are race winners. They are podium sitters. Come on. I feel like it's destined to be something good. And if not, hey, everybody needs a learning curve.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. I won't even
I was
add anything
sad.
to
I
that.
was sad last year. Hey, that
Yeah,
last year
yeah,
broke my heart a bit, but hey, it wasn't
yeah,
up to me.
yeah. Hot take number 4. Lando Norris will win the 2025 Drivers' World Championship.
I would disagree.
We're going to come back to this in December, so you better you better
I'm gonna
lock.
stand by it. I am going to disagree.
Okay. We'll see about that. The last one, and don't come for me. Hot take number 5. Max Verstappen will not win another world championship with Red Bull.
You got me there.
Yes. I knew if I stopped at world championship, it will be none. So the last part is the caveat there.
I'm gonna regret this big time, but you know, I'd admit my defeat as the time does come. Um, that I would agree. He
You
won't win
agree?
another championship. He won't win another championship with Red Bull.
So you're telling Toto or Fred, call up Max, get him another
Please,
championship.
not Fred. I'm sorry. Tifosi, I'm apologizing in advance. We can go Aston Martin way. We can go Mercedes way. But
Yeah, actually, Aston Martin look like they're going to do great things next year. They've really picked up, huh?
you know, in Adrian Newey, we trust, guys. I feel like these little stints that Aston Martin has had this year where they just look a bit good, Adrian just tweaked something. That little green notebook, guys, is the notebook.
F1's fan girl, ultimate Verstappen's number one fan, is saying she does not think Max will win another championship with Red Bull. I'm gonna hold that to her next
Ah.
year. Of course, we'll need to see if he'll change teams or if he'll stick with the team. But that was a wonderful conversation with you. Amazing. That's it for the hot takes, the first hot takes on the Paddock Porch. If you have different opinions, you see, everything here is opinions. No one is right, no one is wrong. If you have different opinions, let me know in the comments. My guest was amazing. Thank you so much, Rumbi, for finding time to come on this porch. You are a true girl's girl because you've really supported
Ah.
me on TikTok. I didn't even know how to use TikTok, and I really and I really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Whatever
Winnie.
comes ahead, I hope you'll come back to the porch as many times as possible. And I really enjoyed our conversation. We don't know each other. We just met during the greatest, as I've said again, the greatest
Within it.
rivalry in F1's history. And I hope we get that back because that glued us to the screens. Like we used to arrange our schedules around the races because of
Never
that.
missed it.
Imagine, yes. And we'll book a date and watch again together because it really used to be nice to watch together and you could feel the atmosphere. If the most popular drivers are competing, are at the top of their game, you will not even need to convince people to come and view. They will just bring themselves. No one will want to stay home. And so I enjoyed our conversation. Always welcome on this porch. And you must come back because we need to talk about AD 2021. It was crazy on both ends. You need to come back. We need
Uh,
to talk about that.
any day.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And our guest will have her last say. And it's not the last time you'll be seeing her here. She'll come back as many times as possible. And yeah, Rumbi.
My last thing, probably very broad spectrum, but over the past good week since we've come back from summer break, I think my biggest thing is like such a lovely community we have in Formula One. We've bonded to each other, we found sisterhoods and amazing things. But at the end of the day, you know what? These drivers are just doing a job. Let's always remember to be kind, especially to others. Let's not perceive hate. As much as you can make comments and have opinions, these are still people at the end of the day. What we say will never impact their lives, but words still do hurt people. So always be careful what you say and the atmosphere you say it and whom you say it to. You never know, but just a little bit of kindness can go a long way. Like we said, the next 2 weeks, we will be congratulating our McLaren brothers and sisters to what possibly could be a good constructors. And yeah, we all move on. We all love the sport. We love the camaraderie. And let's just keep doing what we do and lights out and away we go.
Thank you for those words. It is really important to remember to be kind. We all have our favorite teams, we all have our favorite drivers, but That does not warrant attack or insults on anyone. You can see Rumbi is supporting me, and we used to be race day rivals. She's supporting me. She's giving her time to come on my porch. Let's just learn to be kind. It's hard to hate. It's easier to love. So let's always choose love. Let's always choose kindness. Join Discord for an opportunity to come on the porch in the future for quickfire hot takes. And just to share your banter, race day disappointments, race day predictions, everything. We are doing it in Discord. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment. Remember to support by subscribing on my YouTube. Follow me everywhere at the Paddock Porch. And yeah, just like, comment, share my content. And I appreciate you all. That's it for the Paddock Porch this week. I'm Shiko. God bless.